Winternomics. Welcome. Welcome to Winternomics TV. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready to register. Winternomics. Welcome. Welcome to Winternomics TV. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready to register. Winternomics. Welcome. Welcome to Winternomics TV. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready to register. Welcome. Welcome to Winternomics.eth. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready, bitches. Winternomics. Welcome. Welcome. Winternomics.
What up, what up? How's everybody doing this morning? Ooh, that's brighter than I thought it was going to be. Check, check, check. Test 1, 2. There we go. How's everybody doing? Yeah, we're going to go with the high def today. Figure we, do a lot of filters. We have a pretty cool set, so sometimes you want to see what's all in here. So, what's good in the hood? So, as you can see by the name, this show is probably going in a direction most of you are not going to be happy about. But, it'll be interesting. So our food situation globally is starting to, be reflected in the news now, more like what it really looks like, right? Impending famine in a couple parts of the world. And I'm sure you've seen some of these headlines now pop out of places. One of the ones I shared inside the Discord today was kind of crazy. Was this one? Climate change in Russia, war, Ukraine, Somalia to the brink of famine. Like, after these guys have like an insane drought going on at the same time. And Somalia and Ethiopia have always been near the brink of famine. But this is going to be something that like won't be recoverable, Like there is a massive shortage of just fertilizer, planting of seeds. Like this knock-on effect when you get to the end of this next year is going to be crazy when you really realize the scope of the damage that we've done to the food supply. I did have something that I don't think I put on the last show. Did we talk about all those burnt down food processing centers on the last show? Or was that just inside Discord? Putin warned for a global massive migration. Like, yeah, that's not going to happen unless there's like a fucking very widespread famine to mobilize a huge part of the population. He definitely knows what he's talking about. There's like lots of pieces of the puzzle worth like, looking at. Let me see if I can pull this up for you real quick. Discord, I think only, right? You guys got to see this shit. it. Yeah, this is crazy. Check this out. So a guy on Twitter put this together, a bunch of headlines that kind of went by the wayside, and like we talked about the whole missing seed thing, but look at these. These are headlines that probably none of us really like pay attention. Even myself, I never saw all of these put together. When you put this together, right? This shit looks like fucking tactical sabotage on the U.S. food system. All these various fires all over the place, knocking out various food distribution centers all over the country across the last half a year before the invasion happened. This looks crazy to not be more like widespreadly talked about, right? Fire destroys Deli Star meat plant in St. Clair County. Explosion causes fire at Oregon potato chip plant. Explosion and fire reported at Cargill Nutrient feed plant. Memphis Fire Department finds a third alarm fire at Kellogg's company. Like, what in the fuck is going on in food distribution? It's pretty nuts, right? Cattle rescued after fire destroys meat market. Fire caused 100,000 damage at San Antonio food processing plant. Fire, it's what the fuck? There's like a fire everywhere. You'd think like some special ops of another country's running around fucking lighting fucking food distribution plants on fire. Then put that with the fertilizer embargo that fucking United Pacific is running, and limiting the amount of production we can do domestically. It's like crazy as shit. The amount of things that are coming together to like really smash the food system. Putin's timing with this probably includes the research to realize just what level of effect he can really have if he puts a ripple in the food infrastructure right now. There's all kinds of shit going on that's like very very bad if you look at it in the macro for the population of the world and keeping up with food demand. It's sus as fuck. It'd be one thing, it was like one fire too. Like that's like fucking. That's enough to be like a serial killer, like worth of evidence. There's something going on. But when you put all the different sides of it together, like the amount of things that are putting pressure on the food, infrastructure that we need is fucking crazy all at once. Let alone the war. So how many do we have this morning? Looking to possibly wrap up here. We're going to try to do an evening show on YouTube, see how that works, and let's see how many people actually showed up to the end of the week here on Twitch. I see 175. Damn, no love. Okay, I have no idea then. That's all over the place. Man, that's very different. That's another reason we gotta get out this damn thing. It's so inconsistent. I have no idea what the fuck's going on in this network. Let me see here. So, as you might surmise, there are alternatives if the food system does go fucking haywire. They might not be alternatives that you like, but parts of the world already are more equipped than others to survive what's coming, So, I thought we'd explore some shit. Because you guys probably never thought about this shit. How many of you motherfuckers knew there was such a thing as roach milk? I saw that mentioned in the chat a few times. You guys ever heard of this shit? Shout out to everybody throwing some fucking bits. Burger, Mao, everybody appreciates you. What? So, how do you milk a roach is the first question, right? But in Africa, this is the thing. Cockroach farming. Africa's new oil to look out for. When it comes to alternative protein and things like that, it's pretty crazy. Oh, get the fuck off my page. Everything you need to know about cockroach milk, the protein-packed superfood that some can't wait to get their hands on. Is that you guys? So, the food infrastructure, it gets hit, right? There are alternatives. There are places in the world where they do have, markets of bugs. The most plentiful thing on the fucking planet and highest source of protein is actually these motherfuckers. And that's something, right? It's literally to say the most complete food. It has every amino acid, fucking fats, everything that you need for a balanced and healthy diet. So, if the world gets to that place, there are ways to survive without grain and livestock. You're just not gonna like it too much. But Asia's already ahead of us, right? They have a fully developed insect market, and it's not something small. Like this is serious shit. You guys want to eat like some fucking like scorpions and shit? Ultimate edible insect travel guide. China's actually all right. They have alternative food supplies. How to eat scorpions like a champ. So what to do in a food crisis? Don't say that Nomics television didn't give you a fucking idea out there. You don't have to die. There's always bugs. Adios, Twitch. Respect hype. Shout out on 10,000 bits. But that's a thing, in parts of the world, that's already an established and growing market. Like the roach market is actually a booming market. You're going to have a famine in Africa. They have an alternative. And, there are people in the world that don't have your sense of I guess, your particular etiquette about what to eat and not to eat. And, food is food. I taste tarantula in Cambodia. Shit was not great. Well, that's lovely. I never want to see a cooked tarantula. Fuck that. Bag of dicks. Mal's in here talking about this morning he's eating fucking grubs and shit. Crickets were good? Jesus. Burger, what the fuck? Time to invest in Beyond Meat. I think people would rather eat frogs than fucking Beyond Meat. Hey, but it's a thing, right? Like, the kind of damage to the food system, you're talking about loss of life. Like, if this thing really, like, reverts to what the food infrastructure can support, if you look at that graph Burger had on fertilizer, like, leveraging our output, along with, like, a collapse in what we have right now, and possibly a credit system on one, you could lose, 9 digits worth of humans. Like, that's a crazy thought. Possibly push to 1 billion. Like if Putin's doing what I think he's doing, he's trying to execute his version of a fucking Thanos snap. Like half the fucking going concern of the planet could get fucking erased. You guys are running away with that fucking eat weird shit combo. Fuck frogs. So, put some beast ass plays out into OnlyFans. How many of you guys have been paying attention to OnlyFans, your disaster basket, your pipelines, your big shorts in there? You guys do do anything with that? Really curious to know how many people out there were able to like convert some things and find some good ideas out there while the market went crazy. I don't know. I think rabbits are alright, and birds. I mean, fuck, you eat chicken, right? Squirrels, probably not. Played a bit of Dirty Energy, caught a short in Arc. Somebody. I told you Kathy's big old dick was gonna get people sleeping, right? You ate larva? Dude, Jesus. Burger says, rabbit warning. You cannot survive solely on rabbit. You'll die of malnutrition. What? Who is even thinking about surviving solely on rabbits? Well, shit. There's a factoid that nobody knew. Exited MRO early. Will be crying in a corner. Well, like, pipeliners and dirty energy stuff likely not done. There's a lot of stuff moving in there, and energy and food are going to stay in play for likely for a while. If you look at the food situation, right, like we talked about food distributors and what Putin's doing right now, the longer term play with fucking up the plants and controlling fertilizer. He's leveraging both food and energy. Those things are going to stay on your radar, I think, for at least the next year to 3-4 years or more. Rabbit are damn hard to catch. That's because you're going to try and chase them physically energy. Oh, so speaking of energy, thanks for showing up in the chat. I almost forgot. We have a new level to add to our chart. This shit's some fucking shit right here. So I had to put you on blast energy to give context to the sitch. You played MAR, very nice. Yeah, I told you motherfuckers to go on vacation in the middle of a crisis, right? How funny is that shit? So I met Energy a couple years ago, and he comes in the chat, and I'm always fucking with people who are like, vegetarians or vegans or whatever. So that's him. He's been that shit for fucking ever, right? So we fuck with him, and we talk about different things about food in there and whatever in our various conversations. And so I'm just thinking, right, with this whole food situation, keeping non-perishables, we understand that. But how does a person who's eating strictly a vegetarian diet going to stockpile enough of that kind of shit to eat vegetarian? I'm sure there's obviously grains and stuff you can keep longer term. But anyway, just that's context ahead. I'm like, so what do you think? And he's like, yeah, so I stopped being a vegetarian. I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, this Sunday. So 6 years of being a vegetarian. This motherfucker wants to start eating meat right in front of a fucking famine. So that's definitely going on the chart as something. Let's see. What could we put his ass on the chart of? Probably fucking lean hogs or something, huh? Let's find a place for you, sir. LE. Live cow features. Yeah, we're gonna put you in everything fucking meat. Let's see. Sunday, you said, right? So we'll do the opening of the week for you. All right. Energy gets energy from fucking protein. Well, that doesn't sound good. Seem like a purple kind of guy. I need a good name for this shit. What are you gonna do with that one? Energy go moo. I like it. All right, energy. You've earned your own level. Can't see it there though. I'll have to give you something better. Energy is a huge pump in meat. Look at the consumption he's added. If he's not the anomalous vegetarian that decided he all of a sudden wants a fucking hamburger, there's a whole lot of vegetarians that decided they want to become meat eaters in front of a fucking famine. That is a fucking killer level. So let's see what else you did this to, you son of a bitch. That's the motherfucker that broke the entire fucking food supplies back right there. Are you eating bacon too, you son of a bitch? Is that you also? Jesus Christ. April 11th? Is that right? Wait a minute. Why does it seem so fucked up to me? No, sure, this is what the weekend would be. So we'll give him that. Well, I guess I gotta put the fucking pig in there. This is the fucking lean hogs. And his test pump, when you tried fish, he said it was October. So let's see where that's at. October over here somewhere. I have to figure out what day it is and get that from. It's probably this motherfucker over there. But yeah, he started attacking the fucking meat supply, and shit started going crazy. So probably watch this bull flag and fucking hogs on fucking energy. Could be a serious sitch. I need a date. What exact day in October did you decide to do this to us? Was it the 8th? Do we converted a fucking vegan? You guys like that? I told you it's a fucking cult. Take that vegetarian shit and shove it. No, I'm kidding. But that's just funny as hell. We traumatize them into eating meat. Maybe we were wrong. Maybe Steve wasn't the fourth horseman of the apocalypse. Maybe fucking energy attacking the food supply. That sounds more like a fucking horseman. He's bringing famine. Jesus fed people with fish. He came to steal the fish. Oh, John merged fucking energy and Steve into the fucking chimera. That could be worse. Let's see exactly what the fuck's going on with Steve-O's level. Let's see. Shit. You're back in it. Pre-market. Steve-O's level is... Which one's which? What do we pre-market? Steve-O's level is... I'm retarded. 85 cents. Yeah, you're right around that motherfucker. You were on Steve's shit this morning. Where's your VIX level, Steve? See, you thought you weren't the horseman of the apocalypse, and you talked that shit. You thought you were the saving grace. Now look where we are. Told you I should come back into play. So we're watching Steve today, and we're really seeing the damage that fucking energy's done. You guys need to just stay in the audience and stop messing with the market. Nobody needs this. Did we put you on DXY also? Damn, Canada. Look at that shit. Steve-O with the bull flag. Damn. You guys can't leave well enough alone, you know? If sugar runs dry, what is it Jupiter saying? Let's see what sugar looks like. We haven't pulled up sugar in a while. You guys have asked for that before. Sugar USD. Wait, sugar. I did this already. Well, I hope that's the one I did. Yeah, we did sugar before. Yeah, you guys asked this. Oh, this is great. Let's see how bullish this looks. Oh, shit. Sugar bull market. Ain't that something sweet? When did we do this? How long ago was this show? This must have at least been formed. How very interesting. Yeah, everything looks like that, you know? It's pretty crazy how many things look like this one giant bull market, isn't it? The whole planet's been cooking towards us, including the VIX. All right, so let's go check your scorecards and get a macro section and get some charts out. So you guys take notes on your alternative food supplies and decide what critter it is you exactly want on your menu. And you know, maybe the deep fried version is going to be your fancy, but at the end of the day, there's always a bull market and there's always something to eat, despite what you might believe. All right, let's see if you guys gave me anything. Let's see, where are we? Okay, war stories. Nobody knows how to use a tag. All right, let's see what we got. First one, I like that. Hi y'all, Funky Ho from Discord. I already did that one last time. Huh? I thought I marked that last time. Okay. We did that one already. Next one is perspective learned from mistakes to be 1% better each day. This is no primary. Crypto Cowboy Chef, my second war story. Oh, what's up? Good shit. Um, Still loading up on content and becoming more confident. Changing daily routine. Time habits from swing shift to first shift have been fun. From swing shift to first shift have been fun. Is that your work? Important notes. Tracking where VIX is positioned to find entry timing. Utilizing alarms with tickers and I'm watching has been also key in entry logic. So yeah, just setting alarms and alerts will make your guys' life a lot better. I had a convo in Discord and somebody said something to the effect that like, you know, if he's staring at the chart all day and he's not making any trades and like he's wasting his time and you know equating like the amount of like buttons you push to being to trading, you don't really want to live on the screen to like sit there and your mind will make you push the button. You want to make a plan and if you can use something to alert you to coming back to areas you plan to execute your plan. And the less screen time you have between when you make your plan and you actually execute it will keep you from having all kinds of crazy ass emotions that will make you fuck up your plan. So it's a good idea to do that. Like, just go about your business, live your life, and then fucking when it's time to do stuff, right? Because there's not like there's a trade every fucking second in the asset you're watching. If you're tracking like Tesla, there's not like a fucking play every fucking second in there. There's some places that are a better idea than others. So, be selective and allow yourself to be selective and don't sit and stare at it and make yourself do shit that you shouldn't do, You know when you should do that shit. So that's a good point. Daily review of notes to gain perspective of mistakes and accomplishments. Takeaway: daily practicing trading has me achieving better results with demonstrations of good mechanics, foresight, and watching for rotations that help to predict trends / better risk management. Zooming out a bit to understand the macro better has also helped in my planning setups. I plan on increasing my weekly volume of trading and see where I end up from here. I only do a few a week and still on paper. So that's like just do what works. There's not like a certain number you have to get up to. Just if you at a certain pace that works, scale up your risk and see if you can manage that, and then eventually try something real. But not sure number of trades that makes for better. That's just what I was saying, right? Sitting there and like how many trades I can do is not equate to more button pushes doesn't equal to better trading. Just have a plan and stick to it, and stick to what works. If you have to do one a week or two a week, and that's what keeps you profitable, then that's what you do. Good shit. I appreciate the very detailed tracking here. This is a really good way to start out. So I like that. My first war story, another one. Nacho Piton or South American. We don't get many of you guys. Very good shit. Hello all, hope doing well. First, I wanted to thank you all for the help the last few weeks, especially Kaz and Vicky. Although I was pretty uncomfortable at the beginning, rapidly you made me realize that the value is there since I started the eco. I'm trying to do 1% better in every aspect of my life. I came back to my therapist, which was an important for me in the past. The talks with her are very direct and straightforward, starting again to journal not only my trades but also my feelings about everything. Doing sports, and I have my objectives for the year. Today I'm writing this at 5:30 a.m. here because I am also waking up 2 hours early. That's good. That's from our Discord convo. The two trades I'm going to show now were trades planned in advance. I have the pass and the invalidation and even my take profit, and guess what? They worked. First, Euro USD 2.2 Rs. Are you projecting pass and shit? You're gonna steal my fucking spotlight if you start doing shit like this. That's a good. So you projected from here for the bull flag, and then you played when you saw an exit. That's good. Pretty good, right? So it's not got to be your exact path. We just have an idea what the fuck you're looking for, and that's pretty good, right? He's looking for a fucking uptrend, and it played out the uptrend, and you have to figure out how to participate in the uptrend, right? Jesus H Christ, what was that? Oh, sorry about that. So check it out. I got a canvas. Like it? So I actually planned for this. That's right. You project a path, and I think it's easy to look at. This is just a horrible drawing. I can do this. Right, when you get to it, like, what is it exactly going to look like when it forms? Like, you have to realize, like, yeah, you project this waveform, but it could be some janky ass shit, right? Like, That's actually what's going to be the path of what you get. And so then when it finally shows up, like, well, I know I'm looking for a fucking uptrend, but what exactly am I looking for? It's like, ah, this motherfucker right here. I'll go after that shit, or some shit up here. So you kind of have to think in kind of like that dimension. Like, I know what my projected path's going to be, but now exactly when this shit shows up doing all this fucking insanity, like, what exactly am I going to use as a risk structure and try to get into this thing? And so this is pretty good. He went down deep as fucking here, but this is a really good projection and execution for being very new at trying to do that. So I think that's pretty dope. What do you guys think? Pretty dope? I think it's pretty dope. Appreciate the share. Let's see. What else you have on here? Something else? Oh, it's the same one. So you played it. Oh, cool. You played it again. Yeah, it's good, dude. If this is your first try at that shit, that's really great. And you caught him from the depths of hell. Very nice. I appreciate that. It's a good ass first war story. See? That should all be available from the show. I've only talked to him, I think, like twice on Discord. So that's really good. Playing the strength, Jason Kim. Hey guys, this is Lucky Beast again. It's been a minute since my last war story. Got this intel from the stream and OF. Played Dirty Oil and Food. Had to stay patient during the high VIX levels, greater than 21. Created my plan and stuck to it. I'm glad I did. Thank you, Cash, for always providing free intel and having OF open to us. Murphy Oil, 8.03 Rs, and Apache, and Bungie, and Williams. Look at you, you're fucking oil and food baron. So good stuff. Play strength, make life a little easier for yourself. That's a crazy ass fucking leave you got there. I wonder how many times you tried that, motherfucker. That wasn't fucking one shot, one kill. But good stuff. I like your VPVR. That's dope. Apache. Where did you enter this insane shit? Did you play that and survive this? Jesus. That's pretty crazy. Well, yeah, it's a little bit crazy, but I'm glad you hit these. That's a little better. Not trying to establish that. These are good plays, though. Thanks for sharing these. That's good shit. You guys like my blackboard? What do you think? Thought about that. That's something I'm gonna add when we go to YouTube. We're gonna have that blackboard where you can do some. I can have a canvas so I can not just be drawing all of my fucking charts and losing that shit. So that's probably like something I should have thought of like fucking a few years ago. But I got it. I think it's good. I like the one I do on my phone better, but fuck it, that's as close as it's gonna get. Draw more. You gotta ask me stuff. I just don't have shit to draw all the time. I know. I've just been newly established as an artiste. So I can draw certain things. Some of those structures are harder than hard mode. When Kaz drawing NFTs, sir, keep your eyes peeled. He said draw more. I don't know that guy. All right, so let's do a macro, check out where things are at, and get you guys ready for the weekend. See what we can see going in there, what crypto looks like. Markets looked weak yesterday. That shit, when it's down that hard, you tend to see it fucking suck the life out of everything else, and we did see that inside these spaces. Interesting enough, like while you're seeing like the level of de-risking in the marketplace, right? Kind of noticed like even Bored Apes yesterday, I was actually managed to break high, and has an amazing resilience in the face of like what markets are doing for such a liquid thing. Like these guys might have reached that level of insulation, high net worth marketplace, that like artwork, it preserves its own worth here. So pretty fucking interesting to see how fucking strong this shit's staying while global markets are under the kind of pressure that they are. Oh, also, real quick. Where did I fucking put that? So I saw this, and this probably comes with a warning. You know, there's a. What are you guys talking about the channel? Um, Somebody sent me a message, and I guess sees what my avatar is and tries to FOMO it without thinking at all or reading. So, you know, I know you watch the show, and this is a lesson for everybody. Like, don't FOMO what people have. The whole show we have is to teach you how to think for yourself and make choices by educating yourself and taking the time to look at shit. You know, we deliberately make it so you have to put some effort into looking for shit, so you don't do stuff like this. Hey, Kaz has clone. You know, this person sends this page to me, buys a bunch of these things, and gets, you know, ashtray for ETH. Doesn't even look like OpenSea. I don't know what the fuck website this was. You know, there's a lot of scammy stuff out there. And you think about the price tags and some of these things, you're going to lose a lot of fucking money if you don't do your research. Like, don't just blind FOMO shit. Not fucking, definitely not NFTs that cost the kind of money they do, that, like, you know, are liquid as piss. And once you get had in this world, your money's 100% gone. Like, you know, you absolutely must be more cautious. We talk about it oftentimes in Nebula. People will choke out the barista at a Starbucks for fucking up their change while they're FOMOing fucking 50 stacks into some fucking bullshit ICO somebody tweeted. It's literally the craziest thing you'll ever see, the way people fucking don't think about large ticket items but fucking go crazy about the pennies. You know, it's absolute nonsense. Don't FOMO anything. Do your fucking research. Make sure you understand what the fuck you're buying and why you're buying it. Like, never fucking just because, oh, Kaz has, or somebody else said, or somebody else did. The whole point of this show is that you don't fucking, like, blindly buy from some idiot because fucking I trust this messenger. I'm a fucking idiot in a mask. You absolutely should think about anything you fucking do, and you're ultimately only responsible for what you do. There should be no FOMO. That's an idiot in any marketplace, right? When you react emotionally, you delete information, you make the shit choice out of the two choices you can make. Don't make shit choices. Alright, where's my charts at? Alright, so back to Stevie D. So we know where S&P is today. Where this little line here is the pre-market. So we're under Stevie D's level. You're it today, Chuckles. So he's the level. It's 06. Okay, that's 04. 438.04. Man, I'm so confused by this being the same color. But yeah, so we stay under there today. It could be a bad day. The only thing that's underneath that is fucking Ragnarok, isn't it? No, not that. Nomics. Nomics is next. How great is the name-based level system? Tell me you don't remember this a lot easier. You just know where you are, you know? So Goku had mad suppression. I mean, there's so much fucking Goku resistance, you know, he's just pushing it down. So we keep track of this. If this breaks low, you adjust this trend line. So till it happens, right, this is actually the correct trend line you should have. It breaks low, you have this, and you are waiting for a much, you know, deeper rotation to actually happen to stop it. So all things being equal, you're in a low resolution downtrend right here. You know, that could become a bull flag, or this can just get fucking Armageddon like. You need to leave the realm of possibility open. Qs look a lot worse, right? So we talked about this guy, and I think it's on the other chart. We'll come back to her. Qs. So yeah, we had this big ass red swing level that I told you to keep paying attention to. And he blew up through it in that correction, blew out this fucking angle, but came back and structured out a flag and a swing under here. So you want to watch this, right? This is, at least as far as you're concerned, right, a pretty aggressive sell. We put up Facebook and stuff like this, and some of these dudes are getting fucking like hammered. There's big sell volume coming to some of this stuff. Netflix, his miss was epic. I don't know if you guys heard about this shit, but apparently California's pension lost $1 billion, you know, inside of Netflix on this drop. So there is humongous damage inside of this motherfucker right now. There is a lot of stuff that looks critical. If you look at the level he went to, I mean, he just gapped this entire fucking shockwave of a couple years out. Do you have any idea how much money's inside that? So you want to keep track of this guy. And that's pretty much your swing level to watch out on fucking Netflix, you know. But under this, Ackman just took a $400 million hit. State of California just took $1 billion hit. That's just two fucking examples of what's caught in this. This is epic institutional damage. So that's not limited to this spot either. That's what you're seeing coming out of Facebook and a bunch of other like really big name guys come down. So this is not like some bullshit sell. There is like vicious selling happening. Arc that we talked about like could possibly be, you know, in what you call it, like a fractal of the crash cycle at a location that would equal fucking gas pedal damage to the, you know, people in denial. You know, critical spot to watch, right? A lot of stuff just looks really bad. That Shopify sentiment read we got, right? Shopify insta fucking wrecked. Has anybody seen that guy that was fucking screaming about Shopify since this shit? And you fucking feel like that and you jump out of your fucking skin acting retarded, there's no logic there. That's always fucking instant sentiment read. That's death, right? So there's a lot of stuff that looks pretty fucking bad. And you gotta keep that under on your radar. VIX, we're gonna look at him. So this was our worry outside this angle, right? We drew a projection here, a bull flag and pump. He didn't pump, but he's made yet another bull flag, so we have to keep that on radar. Right across here. He comes out of that. We can turn this off now. And then we can just go to this chart. This is probably the simpler VIX chart. All right, so this is the last projections we had over this chart. There's Stevie D's level. I knew I had it somewhere. So yeah, we're on top of Stevie D's level. Let's turn this off. So we like, this is like that trajectory when you come out of an angle. Remember we talked about that? This, right? This is the scenario that we're worried about. Is that you look like you have a channel going this way, but price comes out of it that way, and then goes back up and goes fucking haywire, right? The structure. So now we're closer to that possibly being the setup you've got. So this is our projection that he comes out, channels this way, and then turns into a bull flag, and then oops, and they can rotate up from this. So now that projection is possible, and Stevie's the fucking swing level. So this is critical today. You pump off of this, you're gonna get a really big de-risk. You're gonna get this pattern to form out here. And then there'd be a lot of stuff that would probably look like fucking dog shit with it, which would probably be like we talked about, MicroStrategy. Right? Bear flag, fractal, right? Not good. Bear flag, motherfucking bear flag. Bear flags are fucking us. Wait, bear flags are us? Yeah, like Toys R Us. Anyway, that joke's lost. But still, bear flag. So this is not good, right? Crypto-related things wise, we do need to pay attention to that guy because he'll be reflected across the market too. So there's been some relative strength in BTC, but that's the area of that same bear flag. So we do want to pay attention to this. You know, if other growth guys and high risk guys come down, there's the bear flag we drew for you on Riot, right? All them motherfuckers look alike. Come on, change. They look like hell on earth, right? And they look like fucking Arc too. Arc, all these guys look like fucking straight dog shit. And, you know, Kathy's big old dicks out there doing fucking damage into everybody's portfolio and fucking lying their way through the whole shit. But the reality is, like I told you guys, I forgot to put it on fucking, on Reddit. I meant to put it on Reddit. Damn it. Ah, it fucked up right as I did it. Confounded Jackson. I'll just screen grab it. Fuck. How many of you guys saw the comment? Kathy got a big old dick and she's put up her ass of all her investors. But for all you guys that played this, congrats, right? These two things were definitely massively overpriced in their pumps up. And when you see that kind of vicious push on something that you know is crap, like way stronger than the good names, that's usually like, you know, the mark of a short squeeze. These guys came back down and fucking butchered people, and now you got Kathy on the base of possibly going to, like, you know, a denial flag and going down and cratering that fund. And I think you got to have people like her who are just completely irresponsible fucking get washed out of the market. The media that built her up and has managed to keep her looking like a genius as she destroys fucking, you know, people's lives, they'll eventually turn on her and fucking posterize her ass for what she's doing. And when you see that, that's pretty much a good sign that, you know, the market's tide is over. But yeah, this is strictly a growth thing, right? There's still strong shit in food, energy, and and some industrial stuff and even travel. But as far as the growth names go, she's gonna be the poster child of fucking not recognizing a shift in the fucking macro landscape. You can't keep championing the exact same shit you were saying in fucking a completely different rate environment, with the Fed in a completely different rate cycle and an unforeseen war and an unforeseen supply chain issue, and keep talking about disruptor. This bitch is just actually fucking stupid. Is the real problem, and somebody needs to fucking take that bitch off the fucking goddamn wheel. She's fucking drunk. Anyways, inverted that you would be. I could say she's. It's still cock and balls. TA. She's giving him the cock. um. She bought some more Shop, Zoom, Roblox, and Roku this week. Like she's just, I remember she saw in an article, as she gets money, she just has to deploy it. So she's with no timing or anything, just firing into these names, and it's the craziest shit. So you kind of get an idea what side of the market she's plowing and where that fucking like illogical sentiment is and what the trend we see is. And there's a good chance, we can capitalize on the death of that woman's fund. Right now, what you see in Facebook and Netflix are people washing out of growth names like left, right, and center, and she's buying exactly those disaster names. So dollar cost averaging to death, right? And if it happens to come back, she's gonna swear she's a genius. But you know how many people doing this you don't hear from again? You don't hear from her victims, and you don't hear from her again once this fucking blows up. And this is like the most absolutely fucking like irresponsible kind of behavior. That's why Warren Buffett calls people like her fucking charlatans, because they are. All right, so anyways, that's a long bunch of that. So we got what? So VIX things we already did. You guys know that situation. DXY things, pay attention to that. It's DVDs got structured up here in a flag. If we de-risk hard, you might get an acceleration, right? So if you look at the trajectory of like the dollar, that's pretty fucking steep, and it would have to be a real gas pedal blow off to really put them up here. So that's the only thing that kind of makes you give pause, that maybe you get a real breather, and we can take a breather and kind of shockwave sideways before you go. But if it's going to go harder than it's going right now, then that's likely a fucking really violent fucking down move in the market that'll come with it if you see that. Crypto related things. So crypto inside the eggplant, how much do we de-risk and pull back to still make this a viable trajectory for total is kind of like your worry now. So if we do stall because the dollar is so steep and get a breather into risk assets, you likely see total swing back across this trigger level right here and then give some life to crypto, and we get the rest of this pattern that we've projected right here. So that would turn into like an upswing from here. So you're right now in a critical spot. This flag either goes down to that, or we go violate this angle, and we get the same pattern we just drew on the VIX, right? This whole channel, and then it looks like death, and then it comes up and goes, gotcha, right? So that's the only alternate path that we want to see happen, is this one. So we'll leave him floating above it up there. So that's path A, and that's path B. Let's make this not yellow, like fucking yellow, because that's stupid. Good enough. And yeah. Oh, we drew. Oh, I already did that. Okay, so yeah, this is the other. Never mind. I forgot I did that. So this thing. It's either this or we get that. And so we'll pay attention. If he rotates around, right, we want to pay attention like when we see something like, that over there. God damn it. Stop it. So we'll know, right? He needs to violate this angle first before we give a shit, and maybe we'll get something to swing up to that or that, and we'll be able to see it. So where the VIX is today, what he does, and what these guys do with the structures, you have to kind of keep that in context. If you're crypto people, right, watch VIX, watch BTC. If you're stock people, watch the S&P, watch Qs, and watch VIX. Don't watch every single thing on the show. I do this. I cover everything. You cover what you cover. So just for simplicity's sake. ETH. So my trigger level, we're in technically an interesting place, right? That you potentially can get a bounce. We saw in BTC, see here. If the VIX is going to stall today and give some kind of breather going into Friday and give us any kind of relief rally before there's more death, then this is what you're playing for. And if you get that going to the weekend and this holds, you likely can see a crypto pump into the weekend be a little bit stronger. So this is right now the wave that we've got, right? We do have an uptrend, and we're looking for the next flag in the middle of it, right? All right, we've got a flag right there in trend. So we want to see what the next correction or rotation can be to get out of there. So we're waiting to see that. If he doesn't give it to us, he doesn't give it to us. But right now, that's the technical point you're at to give him a chance to go test this, like, higher angle trend line. I guess we just do this guy. So that guy obviously is in a position, depending if we de-risk, he's gonna pump back up to this level. If we don't, he's gonna fucking pull back even deeper and rotate and follow this path that we projected down there. E things, if you look at him, he's an interesting spot, right? Good trigger level right here that we had set up, and so we're waiting to see if he gets back on top of this. So this is also worth paying attention to. If you go risk on, then you probably get risk on within crypto, which will probably put some assets in front of BTC. And ETH is definitely one of the ones you keep on radar because the strength in Bored Apes kind of suggests that there's not a total fucking risk off sentiment all throughout the market. It's kind of localized in parts of the market, so we'll see what that translates to. And then I know you goofers that I'll put ApeCoin with it here. That's good old looks. Probably a place to pay attention to looks. Where did I put the ApeCoin? Ape. I'll just put it with Bored Apes and stuff, sentiment wise. This thing's so fucked. So we put that on the show last time, and like these things, pulling back here, he's got a pretty decent flag on him. So now he's corrected off of there. He's pulled back to another trigger level. So a lot of stuff in decent technical places, right? If you rotate up off this level, if you see BTC rotate up into the other path that we just showed you, or ETH rotate the bull flag, and the VIX take a stall breather and come back down into like the Nomics zone, then you probably have the makings of a decent crypto weekend in front of you. If not, everything is in the direction it is could keep on getting worse, right? This could keep tracking back. So your idea is not to guess a bull flag rotation, allow it to begin to show you some structure to confirm it's beginning to do so. So I know this is like a higher detail than you're used to, but like right now, I could tell you that in the market environment we're in, retail takes damage, and even with our ecosystem, as much information we put out, I can tell you right now that our ecosystem, I'm seeing people take damage that are not really paying attention, and this will happen very quickly. You get a bull flag pump out of this thing, and people who are halfway paying attention, and you get fucking like nailed again today. So the idea is that our audience doesn't get fucking killed out there, right? We're trying to train a smarter audience. We do want you guys to pay attention and not FOMO things. And so, that's part of why we try to go over that at the level of detail we do. So that is all that. I didn't really do dollar, stuff, but you already know Leon's all over this shit. And so this is a stick and a half. This also is like, okay, just keep pumping at this fucking level, or take some kind of breather on the dollar also and allow some risk. And, only this resolution does look like something that could keep continuing, but keep in context with it, that's fucking stretched the fuck out. So it's exceedingly dangerous to keep playing continuations in that, and it kind of makes you feel there should be some kind of breather in it. DXY also makes you feel there should be some kind of breather in it up here. He's at a really critical area. When you back out, it's a very critical top that you're at. So if there's a place for it to be some kind of breather, technically this is it. But on the macro, looking at things, I still say ARK is likely in trouble and will continue this down. Even if he breathes today, ARK is in some deep shit where he's at. This is the old trigger level from when ARK was on the show back in the day. So also an interesting technical spot for it, but I do think this thing is still a fractal crash cycle, and Big Penis is fucking, the poster child of stupid in this one. So anyways, that was a lot. It's 9:05. I probably pushed time to even get your symbols in here. I shouldn't do that, but if this is the last one we do here, I'll try to throw some shit in there. Throw me those symbols real quick and I'll see what I can do at mock fucking speed. Any symbols, aggregations. Nobody watched symbol list? Uh-oh. Well, I got your APUSDT you asked for. And, okay. Jeez, okay, that's not too many. Tan, pretty sure we have this guy in here already. So Tan, failing the location that we need a bull flag to form underneath trigger until he's back above that. You don't give a shit. Tan correlates a lot with shit in growth. And Kathy keeps going down. He probably keeps going down. Kathy bounces today. You get the beginnings of something that you care about, right? But this is pretty ugly as far as like, potential bull flags go. He's not yet, right? You'd be waiting for this thing to make something. If he's going to do it. Otherwise, this guy's in some deep shit. So for right now, you gotta wait to see what he does. RGR, what is that? Gunmaker. Whoops. What was the last one I was on? Tan. My bad. Dr. Ville got it. Sorry. So this guy was supposed to make a bull flag here, pull down a big dump, highly correlated to Kathy. Watching that trajectory now on the dump, and you know, also watching things like Kathy right here. These guys all kind of look alike. They're kind of going off at that speed. Mosaic's next is next one somebody asked for. Damn it, where did I put Mosaic's chart? Oh, it might be a private chart. Never mind. Yeah, I know where it is. Oh, yeah, what the fuck? I knew I had this shit. Alright. Mosaic. So he's one of those bull flags that looks like the other shit we talked about. I can tell you, this is a stick. So if you know, we talked about this. I think somebody asked about it already, and it was such a stick. I was like, you know, at this kind of speed, you need a bigger bull flag to want to fuck with this thing. So you know, congestion. This is kind of like that super dangerous kind of trajectory that sucks people in. So that, right, and then you need that pattern we talked about, like to come out of here and do this, allow him some time to correct, and then allow him to go again, right? So he's probably so steep you need something at least bigger up here to give yourself a chance to fuck with it. Right, something like that actually probably is what you want to wait for to see what happen on that guy. RGR, TAN, RGR. Gun companies worth paying attention to, going into a fucking crisis like we're talking about. You know, once people think about it, you know, inflation gets really crazy, and you walk out of any kind of store that has like decent food in it, and people are hungry, you better have a way to protect yourself. So, gun companies definitely something to pay attention to with all of what we said. Like personal defense is no bullshit, right? Yikes, that's too much of that. That guy rotates up from here, you know. I pay attention to that guy. What's this guy? I don't know what the hell that is. Tazi? Is this right? What the hell is this? I don't know. It's some kind of index. What is this thing? Whatever it is, it looks pretty bullish. Seeing above that. I'd say that's extended, like we just said on Mosaic, whatever this is. And you probably need some kind of corrective structure before you want to fuck with them again at this level. Something to just correct back a little bit before you play with that thing, whatever this is. What is this thing? I'm curious. Something like that, you know. That's a terrible drawing, but you get the idea. QQQ GLD, is that what someone's asking? So zoom out on QQGLD, and you're just in a major correction. So we talk about corrective structures before you have expansions, and you know, is this, you know, a resolution of a corrective leg? It's a little bit bigger here, but this guy's about to match with that, right? This could be just a corrective leg in this in a broader trend. Right, so how far could he correct? Could he get that deep? Sure could. And could get that deep and still be a structural uptrend anyway across the macro, right? So you've either got that right now, or this wave's gonna go down and fucking hit that contact, and you're gonna get a shock wave at that scale and that trajectory, like about like this. So it's a potential track for him to go and hit a target location there. You see him hit this trend line. Probably a good place to play, you know, to wait for at least a contact bounce, and it will show up inside of gold or Qs and allow you probably a pretty decent play on them. DD, Dow, HE1, DD. This is DuPont. Seems pretty straightforward, right? You wait for him to vacate this box range. Yeah, you could play and probably wait for a setup somewhere in this upper box right there. DD, Dale, yeah. I already did Ape, HE1, HE1. Helium. Is that what that is? Is that what you asked me for? Looks pretty bullish. Alright. Definitely got an uptrend, right? He holds a higher floor here. Allow him to go like that. Ah, Jesus Christ. He's got a chance. So that guy looks good. Delta Airlines. We talked about this on the show, right? Pay attention to these guys. Motherfuckers want to go on vacation. Fuck a war. AAL, all those guys have been crazy, crazy strong. You know, cruise lines, all these guys think fit into that too, to pay attention to. We stay above this. You can see these guys rotate. See that crazy pattern we talk about, right? That it's very possible in this, right? That's that shape of it. So that's a possible path you see is on a lot of these guys in leisure, right? See it? God damn it. So pay attention to see if this motherfucker complete shit like this. He could go crazy. You guys see a lot of leisure motherfuckers being real strong and shit breaking out and stuff. People are definitely doing something over there. So money is rotating. It's not just leaving the market. It's definitely rotating. And what was the last thing? HE1. I already did that. USD huge pump on dollar CNY. This is this market highly manipulated. Let's see. They're always pegging shit and fucking around in there. Well, that looks like an interesting pop worth noting. Your big runs in the market like this, you know, equal pretty big de-risking cycles in the marketplace. You generally don't want to see that. So seeing this guy get gas like this is probably worth noting. It's a stick right now, so you want to see what he does when he chills out. If he sets up some kind of shockwave and goes again, right? This is right to leave that right now. You're in a spot. Something like that. That keeps on going, you know, if you want to pay attention to that. And GMT, USD. Wait, GMT, USDT. Whatever this is, Pumponomics action. Probably pay attention to him, sit on top of that, what he does there. It's actually a pretty clean shape he's got to go up there, so now you just give a shit if you can stay up there. Don't do that. Like, seeing that he stopped brand this fucking flag over here, so whoever's in that thing got fucked when he did this shit. So he swings back across that. I'd watch him there, and you know that could allow for him to do something like that. So if he comes back across and sets back over top of this level, it'd probably be pretty bullish if he can do that. I did ape already, so y'all motherfuckers know that shit too. And he said take these into account, right? Ape and like crypto bounces, it'd probably be strength in it. He's got a pretty good volume shockwave too. That looks pretty crazy. So it should be a move imminent in this guy. Worth paying attention to. All right, because you can see this. Damn it. Looks pretty good. You guys get all that? Was supposed to be lean hogs? Oh, my bad. We did lean hogs. HE1 exclamation point. Yeah, you put the exclamation point. That's why I was like, what the fuck? Yeah, we did this already. Bull flag. Thanks to energy. Food supply shock. Energy consuming all the remaining meat that we needed. You vegans, stay on your goddamn fucking veggie diet. It's not enough for both of us, motherfuckers. Meatless Tuesday, bitch. So yeah, I know, energy. You guys got all your own levels. You're all famous. Congratulations. Anyway, 10 minutes to market. Get your shit together. Like I said, watch what I said about the VIX. If that allows for, you know, risk on day, then you probably get a breather in crypto, and a lot of those different levels look like something worth paying attention to across the board. But you know, be cautious. Like I said, like, you know, at some point I think Kathy needs to be fucking, castrated and taken out of the market. So if we see things break low again, be on guard for a red dildo. If you're going to play a bounce, remember the dildo rules, right? About where we open today, and if you hold above that, that's the first rule that has to be in place before you want to play for a potential bounce. Is the actual structure of the opening of a green candle needs to have crossed that threshold. And the same is true if we're going to accelerate downward with like heavy gas, then play that accordingly. So good luck to everybody. I catch you motherfuckers on the flip. If we get a YouTube show out this evening, we'll announce it in the announcement channel of Discord, and then from there we'll look to try to rotate to YouTube next week. So for everybody that supported Twitch and has been here the whole time for all these years, we appreciate you guys. I hope you've done well, learned a lot, and have used the clips and the archives of shows in here to your best advantage. We will keep making this bitch better. That little blackboard is going to follow us over to YouTube, and we'll be able to do a lot more demonstrations off the charts and just on a straight blackboard. And we'll try to make this a little bit more dynamic and help you guys navigate this crazy ass shit that is going on. Till next time, bitches. Catch you on flip. Peace out.
Welcome to Winternomics.eth. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Welcome